Hello and welcome to another video on my YouTube channel, maanknitwear. My name is Umbriel and today is the first video of my Spin That Wheel challenge. So if you haven't seen my previous video about my whips and me using a wheel to decide my fate, go watch that one first, because at the end of that video I decided to work on the olive turtleneck, which is a really long lasting whip, and I'll put on the screen how long ago it was that I worked on it. So when I started it, so here is the whip. I remember distinctly that I was using a 6mm needle because I got my interchangeable needle set for my birthday as I was working on this, and I remember putting the stitches on the interchangeable needle set. And I even used yarn to hold my stitches, and I never do that anymore. I always use the cords. So I changed halfway through this project, apparently. So the hold up on this project was two things. First off, the yarn, and second, like the fiber material, and second, the yarn in the color changing there. So the material, or the yarn that I'm using, is two types. I'm using Drops Puna, which is 100% alpaca, which is super soft and drapey, lovely yarn, feels really good to the touch, but I'm kind of sensitive to alpaca. And because it's a turtleneck, it kind of rubs on my neck and it can get kind of irritated. I didn't know I was sensitive to alpaca when I started this, so that's why I had alpaca. But I did grow into being okay with alpaca over time. So now I'm not super sensitive anymore, so I don't know what it's like anymore. But as I was working on this, I was very sensitive when I would try it on. So I might need to do something on the turtleneck and shorten it to make it like maybe a crew neck, so it's like this, so I can always wear something in between, something like that. So that's the first thing. And the other thing is I have a self-fading yarn, which is beautiful. It is by Rico Designs, and it's the Essential Super Kit Mohair Love Silk print, number 7. Yeah, so when I finished my first ball of that mohair, which was here at the body, I changed to the sleeve, and then I noticed that it was changing in a very different rate, on a different rate. So I don't know if I like it. So yeah, I have to look into that, what I want to do with that. I might just finish the body first because that's similar, and then figure out the sleeve situation. But yeah, because the sleeves have a smaller circumference, it will take a lot longer before it fades through these colors. So I don't know what I will do there. I can also just decide to not care. I don't know. I have a lot of this yarn, so I will for sure have enough to pick out the colors that I want to be using. But I don't want to do too much of that work. Like, I don't want to do half and half in one sleeve, and on the other sleeve cut it, because then you'll always get a weird sudden change at some point, like I kind of did here, which I don't really like, but I'll look into that now. This is kind of exciting. I really like this challenge that I gave myself. Oh, I just found another whip in this in this bag. I was wondering where that was. Yeah, I was making a hat with these two colors, and it's kind of marling too much, but you can't really see that well on the screen. Put that somewhere else. Accessories are not on my whip count. Accessories are get a free pass. But I really enjoy this spinning the wheel challenge, spin that wheel challenge, as I like to call it. Because I wouldn't have worked on this otherwise. And I did decide in that previous video that I want to finish this one and not have it just hanging out. So yeah, now I have something new to work on. It's as if I'm casting on something new. It is going so much faster than I thought. I will give you a little update. I only started last night. I basically worked from somewhere around here, and I decided to work on the body. So the yarn was still attached to that one sleeve, but I think I'll take this out because I am going to do some color management because I don't like how it like suddenly stripes here. Like the rest is a lot more gradual. So I'll think of how to do that. And there's a few things that I noticed. I did there's a central like double decrease center. Well, it's when you do three stitches in one, and then you want the stitch to lean in the middle. Yeah, the pattern is pretty bad. At least the version that I have. I don't know if they send out a like updated version, but I'm pretty sure I did buy it from the Knitting for Olive website, and I didn't get an email about it, I don't think, about an update or anything. So yeah, the version that I have, I remember when I started it, it was really vague. It also doesn't say how long to make the body, for example. It's really, yeah, it's not very clear. But anyway, the center double decrease here, I did it wrong because it doesn't say it's a center double decrease in the pattern. It says slip 2, knit 1, pass slip stitch over. Not even slip stitches, but yeah, it's the slip stitches. But here I did slip 1, and then did a knit 1, but you have to slip them together. And that was my mistake that I did. So I have everywhere where I worked on it before, it's wrong. It's leaning that way, and then the last one here I did right because that's where I started now. Yeah, so I guess I did learn between then and now. So here you can see how it's leaning beautifully in the middle. It is a very simple lace design. So I would say this is super beginner friendly. There's just increases, and then there's that central double decrease. So that's not that difficult. It's just slip 2, knit 1, pass the slip stitches over. So yeah, it's going great. I am planning to just do the body. I have, in yarn, I have like 4 balls of the drops Puna left, which have 110 meters per ball. I don't remember how much I started with, but I think I'm going pretty well for the yarn. I would kind of prefer to move to the sleeves now, but because I am having that mohair that is fading, I need to finish the body with that ball. So I kind of wanted to go to the sleeves to figure out how to do, like, if I will have enough yarn for both sleeves for the Puna, the drops Puna. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to finish the body first and then just hope for the best for the sleeves, and otherwise maybe order some more, although I think it was like discontinued for a little bit, drops Puna. I don't know if it's back, but I'll figure that out once I get there if I don't have enough yarn. And yeah, oh yeah, I was thinking of doing the sleeves just completely straight. They are knit completely straight, and then there's a cinch in for the cuff, but I think I'm just gonna keep it straight. So I'll have like bigger sleeves. I think I like that look. Yeah, and it's kind of low positive ease. I think I have even negative ease on this one, so I'll have to figure out what I want for the dimensions of the sweater, like for the length of the body compared to that, if I want it shorter, longer, not too long. So I'll have to figure that out as well, and then also the color situation. But first I'm just going to work on the body, finish that off. It's going super fast, and it's really fun to knit on this. I'm actually happy that I spun the wheel that I had to do this one. So yeah. The itch isn't that bad after a while. Like now it's a little itchy, but I have two options, just leaving it like this. And I was thinking to just like go and sew it down on the inside, which will give it a little bit more sturdiness too. So that's good. But here's where I'm at. It's super curly because I put it on a cord. But yeah, I am making a good length on it. I'm a little worried about my yarn. Yeah, I have 3 more balls of the alpaca. So I'm thinking then I have 1.5 for each sleeve, which I don't know if it's enough. So yeah, that's a little bit of an issue. I was also thinking of just cutting it now, and then I need to start somewhere else in the mohair anyway, because I kept going on here and I found the right spot to continue going. It was around here somewhere, but I have to keep going there in the mohair, which I need to start here with the yellow. So I need to wind off the yellow here anyway. So if I want to continue this body later, I could go back to the mohair because I'm going to wind it off anyway. So maybe I'll do that, put this on hold because I have a fair bit of ribbing now. And I don't want to just make the body super long and have short sleeves because, yeah, that wouldn't be nice. So maybe I'll do that and go to the sleeves and maybe start on this one and then figure out how to fix that one later, rip it out, pick up stitches and stuff. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So I haven't checked in a while. I am currently working on the second cuff of the second sleeve. So I suppose the first cuff of the second sleeve. The cuff of the second sleeve. And yeah, I'm almost finished. So I set it down for about a week, maybe even 2 weeks. So this video is out a little later than anticipated, but I got super into crocheting all of a sudden. I made 2.5 amigurumis at this point, like plushy size, so good sized amigurumis. And I'm so into it. I'm even like, I'm not even maanknitwear anymore. I'm maan something else. Oh, do I need to change my name? Because now I also crochet, but it doesn't matter. That's so much random energy going towards random things in your head, doesn't it? But let's see. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have 10 rows done on the cuff, and I'm doing 18. I did 18 on this one too. And the funny thing is that they are striping in a kind of different way. So the colors like that come after each other are always the same. So it's like purple and then pink and then orange and then yellow. But on this one, there's like the purple is shorter but more intense. And on the other one, I have way longer, like the one that I'm doing now, I have way longer pink. But that's also because I think I ran out of yarn. I ran out of mohair halfway the pink on this one. I'm sorry for the blowing out. So I like put in a new skein at the pink. So that's why the pink is so short on the first sleeve. So yeah, I think at the cuff, I'll be a little less far into the yellow on the second cuff. So they'll be a little uneven, but they're like even enough for me. I'm glad I ripped out the second sleeve, the first part that I did. And you can definitely see where I did that. I don't know if you can tell. Well, definitely if it's blowing out like this, but it's really uneven where I started knitting with the coiled yarn, but you can't really tell. I mean, it needs to be blocked anyway. One thing that I forgot is which needle size I was using for the cuff of the sweater, like of the body rib at the bottom. Because I did remember I went down to a 5 on the cuffs for the sleeves, but I think I went down more here, and I'm gonna look back in my footage if I said something about it. And otherwise you're gonna be like, but I don't, because I haven't gone through this video yet. So I'll see if I can find that somewhere.
Dropping won the FedEx Cup back in 2023, and last year, 12th. And to hear him talk about it, talking about rebuilds. That's great.
It is finished! Ta-da! So here is it in full glory. The sleeves are pretty long, so I hope with blocking it won't stretch out too much. So I am going to block it now, and I hope to get some more room in the body. I started this in February of 2022, and I was in my, I should just knit sizes down era. Yeah, so this is a little tight here around here, and I hope to get some extra room with blocking. So yeah, let's just do that. And I noticed one thing that I did, and that is on the first sleeve I just did a normal knit bind off, And then the second sleeve, I did a bind off in pattern, which you probably can't really tell even, but kind of annoyed me, but I'm not going to change it. So yeah, let's block it. It's super hot. It's also really warm today, so this is incredibly hot to wear. Oh yeah, and I sewed down the collar, and now I think it's fine. I'm wearing it now for like 5 minutes, and I'm okay. So that's pretty good. But it's really pretty, isn't it? I really hope I'm gonna get some extra room here in the bust. So let's see. So as my sweater is blocking, I realized that I have nothing to knit on, so I should spin the wheel. And here you can see my amigurumi that I'm working on. So I have something to crochet on, but I would like to see what my next whip will be, so it's time to spin that wheel. So let's go to my screen. Here I have my overview of all of the projects that I put on there. I will go through them one more time quickly. So I have the Aurelia pullover, the Cherish jacket, camisole number 5, cast on something, which I had 4 options for, but I'll get to that if I spin it. Then I have my 1993 tee/tin sweater. I have my olive turtleneck, which I can now take off. Yippee! Super nice. Then I have Fraga whip. Then I have the Lonely Leftovers vest, Dagmar zipper sweater, and the design of the stripy vest, which probably with this last one, so the design, the frogging, or cast on something new, I'll spin again to get one of the whips. So yeah, so it's time to spin. So let's spin. Okay, so it's the Lonely Leftovers vest. I was kind of hoping for a different one, but I'm gonna do this. That is actually really good timing because I've been really into the crocheting amigurumi, so really making plushies. And my Lonely Leftovers vest is my last whip that is using my acrylic, and I want to know everything that I have left over after finishing to knit that one. Yeah, so that is actually great. Just a heads up, I have been filming a vlog for the Lonely Leftovers vest since April. So when I start that next video that you will see of the Lonely Leftovers vest, it will start in April. And I won't be like, hey, this is another spin that wheel challenge, because I already started that vlog for a really long time. So I'll just post that one next, then you know that. But then at the end, I will spin for a new one. Also, one more thing. I think I'll cast on the Nature Conservation sweater real soon, which is a pattern by Lincoln Newman. And the reason I want to cast it on soon is because we're traveling. We don't know exactly where we're going to go yet, but it's probably going to be Central America and South America. And we're going to travel for 2.5 months over our summertime. So the Northern Hemisphere summertime, so June, July, August. And I want to have the Nature Conservation sweater to take with me for my one sweater that I'm bringing, because I'm going to pack super, super light. But I thought it has a hood, it has buttons, so it can like be open, or I can really wrap up. It's really long. It's also in that loopy, which is like insulating, so even not too hot when it's hotter. I just think it's the perfect sweater. So I really want to make that one. So just so you know, I'll probably start working on that one pretty soon, but I'll just mix that in. I will work on the Lonely Leftovers vest because it's almost finished, so that's great. So yeah, you'll see me next clip wrapping up the olive turtleneck. And then it was finished and blocked. So here it is. It is super, super warm. The alpaca together with the mohair is just very, very warm. But I have to say, even though this is definitely touching my neck, it is okay. And I think that is because I got used to alpaca in the last 3 years. So when I started making it, I was like, oh, this is going to be too much for me. But right now, it's okay. And I think if it's like middle of winter, this will be a perfect sweater because it's very, very warm. And if I look at myself now, I'm like, I look pretty cute. Yeah, so I really enjoy it. It's just it's a little awkward length. And the same is for the sleeves. Like right now, it's fine. Even if I would undo this, then this is fine. But when I stand up, they're way too long. So yeah, the sleeves are a little bit on the longer side. I decided I wanted to, I've made my sleeves too short a lot. So I decided I'm just going to go follow the pattern and do exactly as the pattern says. But alpaca is also pretty heavy. So the sleeves are kind of just dragging down. So yeah, that's kind of what happens when I stand up. But when I'm sitting down, this is a nice length. But I definitely need to like fold it up like this when I wear them normally. Or I can just have them long and just have my hands kind of hidden. And that's kind of nice. But the same thing counts for the body. The body's kind of long. And I'm experimenting with making the body of my sweaters a little longer. But the thing is that I don't like it when it starts following my hips out again. But I also don't like my sweaters too cropped. So there's really this really specific point where it needs to hit me. And I'm not often like happy with the length. I think the one garment that I'm really happy with how it looks is my Eva cardigan and how long that one is with the ease and everything together. So yeah, this one is a little too long. So right now I'm wearing it like tucked in right now my sweatpants because I just got home from work and I put on my sweatpants. Yeah, that's just the best thing ever. Yeah, so and the ease, I just measured it and I am expecting it to grow a little bit more with wearing because it didn't completely block out. Like it still kind of puckers a little bit with the pattern in the sweater. So the structure is still a little like puckery. So I'm expecting that to be a little bit more flat. And I think it will grow a little bit more. But right now it's 58 centimeters wide. So that would be 116. Is that right? Yeah, 116 bust circumference, which is about my bust circumference. So then I have 0 positive ease or negative ease. It's just 0 ease. I do feel like it has enough room. Like it's pretty roomy. And that was like, that's kind of in line with my philosophy when I started this sweater was like, I could just knit a size down or multiple sizes down from what the pattern suggests for me. Because I'll still have enough room. And that's definitely true, but it does hit me weird on my hips, I think. So maybe I should only do that when I make it a little more cropped. But yeah, I don't know. It's good. It fits okay. It looks really cute, I think. Yeah, and it's just a big fluff ball. So yeah, it's nice and warm. I do think I'll have to get used to the itch a little bit now that I've been wearing it for a bit. Like I'm just picturing, will I wear it the rest of the day? And I don't know if I will, but yeah, it looks nice. So yeah, then for yarn, this is everything that I had left of my alpaca yarn. And there's a little bit of mohair in here too. And some like strands from spit splicing. But that's everything. And that was super lucky because I did 18 rows on the cuffs of my sleeves. And then on the border of the body, I also did 18 rows. And that ended up being the perfect amount for the amount of yarn that I had. So yeah, that was really good. And then for my mohair, I have all these different little bits left. So here's all the mohair that I have left, which in my hand, like scrunched up like this, it doesn't look like that much, but it actually is. So here's the leftovers of the final ball. And then here's something I wound off. And here's another one. And here's another one. So I do have quite a bit of mohair left, which will just go in my mohair stash, and I will use it up at some point. I've been using my leftover mohair with socks because I've been enjoying making socks with mohair. Yeah, so maybe I'll use them for a pair of those. Will be kind of nice with the fade in there. So yeah, I always like to ask myself at the end of these videos, did I like knitting it? I would say yes. It's a very nice pattern to make. I did mention that I made some mistakes in the pattern, and I fixed them when I did them right when I started it again when I started this video. I do think that is because the pattern isn't written very clearly. And I did buy the pattern like 3 years ago. So I don't know if they changed it in the meantime. But I would say the pattern that I have is very confusing. And I think I bought it from their website. So I don't think I get an update through email if they update the pattern. So I don't know if they did change it. But the pattern that I have that I bought in February of 2022 is very hard to follow. Like it's not clear how it works while doing raglan increases. I was just so confused. And now that I have a lot more knitting experience, it's a very strange way of writing. The charts are written kind of weirdly. So yeah, I would say it's better to be a little bit more advanced in knitting to start this project, even though knitting it is pretty straightforward. There's no short rows, by the way. And I enjoy that actually, because I think if you have a bigger bust, what I often have is that my back is a little too low compared to the front, because I have a bigger bust. So the fabric here needs a little bit more, there needs to be a little bit more fabric on the front for me than on the back. And then the back has the bulge, so it evens out for me. So actually, I don't really need any short rows. So I like the way that this fits. I have some things with short rows that I think look a little strange because they're really low on the back and then really high on the front. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind if you are interested in yes or no for short rows. Just look at your type, your body type, and then decide if it really matters for you. I usually do like on drop shoulder sweaters a little bit of short rows in the shoulder, so you have this accounted for, but that's a different story. All in all, would I knit it again? Yes, I would knit it again, just because I know how to knit it. I would not recommend knitting it as a beginner, but that's only because of the pattern and not how difficult the knitting actually is. So that would be my advice for this sweater. Yeah, the wearability aspect, I already was talking about it a little bit. I do think the yarn choice that I made is a little scratchy and very, very warm. So I don't know how often I will wear it, but I'm definitely happy that I have it off of my needles. So yeah, I think it looks really cute, so that's really nice. And I'm very happy that I fixed all the fades in the sweater. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And that's it for now. So thank you so much for watching this knitting vlog. If you're interested in the Lonely Leftovers vest, that one is right next to me right now, so that's the next thing I am working on. I'm also super into making amigurumi right now, so really like plushies. So you'll see a little bit more of crocheting on my channel. So if you're interested in that, also make sure to subscribe down below, and also click the little bell if you want to be notified whenever I post a new video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my Lonely Leftovers video. See you soon. Bye.